Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Yaniv Hoffman and my mission is to create cybersecurity awareness and share some of my experience and knowledge. Today we will speak about differences between an antivirus and a firewall. As many people know it, firewall and antivirus are mechanisms which provide security to systems. However, you need to know that there is a different vulnerability between the two. Firewalls help control network traffic in the systems by acting as barriers for incoming traffic, whereas antivirus protects systems against internal attacks by perceiving or spotting malicious files and viruses. But I hear some noises and I have someone that wants to say something, so come to the camera, don't be shy.
But Dad, what is WAF?
What is WAF? So WAF is a web application firewall, and you know what, you are right. I'm speaking about firewall against antivirus. Maybe it's also opportunity to speak about WAF as well. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, so we need to do a change in agenda. So today we are going to speak about firewall, antivirus, and WAF. We'll compare between these three, see how they work, and maybe I will give some of the conclusions. Let's start. So in the era of digital innovation and sophisticated cyber attack, it's essential for businesses to understand the security threats they face and what security defenses are required to protect them. Many people are not clear to differentiate between a firewall, antivirus, and web application firewall. Though most of us know that these applications are designed to provide security to our network, systems, and web applications. However, one must know the difference among the three. Traditionally, nearly all businesses use a firewall and antivirus to protect their network and systems from cyber attacks. But the exponential growth of cloud services and public-facing applications, Internet of Things and bring your own devices policy means that businesses need to protect themselves from more sophisticated attacks. Therefore, cybersecurity professionals recommend to add web application firewall for businesses to enhance their cybersecurity strategy. This will protect their web applications from malicious contents that are delivered through the web browser for remote places. So what is a firewall? A firewall is a software or hardware or combination of both used to protect the internal network and computers from malicious traffic. Firewall acts as a barrier between a private network and the internet and allows only legitimate traffic to enter into the private network. It filters out all unauthorized and malicious traffic from legitimate ones and blocks it before it enters into the internal network or system. There are preset rules known as access control lists or ACLs are defined on the firewall, which looks at the source and the destination IP addresses and ports to authorize incoming and outgoing traffic. A firewall protects the network entry points. In example, ports where informations are exchanged between the devices. Think of an IP address as an house and ports as rooms. A firewall allows only authorized people, the IP addresses, to enter the house where they are further filtered to allow them to access specific rooms, the ports. Functions of firewall. It filters data packets in order to prevent network from remote attackers. It authorized users before accessing the network resources. It protects users from visiting malicious websites and downloading viruses, malwares, and trojans, etc. It protects private network of the company from exposing to the internet. So what is antivirus? An antivirus is a computer program or software designed to protect computer from malwares and infected files. Once it's installed, the antivirus program runs in the background and provides real-time protection to computer from malwares, trojans, viruses, worms, and other different kinds of malicious programs. These malwares are designed to damage your operating systems and to gain unauthorized access to the target system. Hackers can do anything with these malwares, from crashing your system to stealing your credential information. Antivirus look for data, programs, network traffic, web pages, applications, and all the data packets that travel across your network. Using signatures of known threats and behavior of programs, it detects and flags it is as suspicious. The programs then block or remove the suspicious program or content from the computer. The primary purpose of antivirus program is to detect and eradicate all the suspicious programs and contents known as malwares from a computer or mobile device. It is a vital component of online security of an organization and protect it from various cybersecurity threats. So how does antivirus work? An antivirus program scans the files and traffic that pass through the network. Vendors that offers antivirus programs develop an extensive database of known malwares and other suspicious programs. When files and program enters into your system, the antivirus program compares it with the database to scan for malwares. The antivirus then isolate, block, or delete the files that is matched with the database of known malwares. The functions of antivirus. So antivirus program detects and flags suspicious software or malware entering into the computer systems. It performs scheduled and automatic scans to detect and block malwares. It provides scanning ability to scan entire system or specific files. It blocks and deletes the malicious files, programs, malware, trojans, worms, etc. And last but not least, it ensures safety of computer, mobile, and other computing devices. Now we reached WAF. So what is WAF? So WAF, or Web Application Firewall, is a security tool designed to monitor, block, filter incoming and outgoing traffic of web application. And WAF can be either host-based, network nodes, or cloud-based, and is often placed before the website or web application to monitor and block malicious contents that are intended to attack the target web application. WAF works on the layer 7 of the OSI model and protects web application from attacks like SQL injections, cross-site scripting, cross-site forgery, and other web application attacks. The WAF is not designed to protect the application from all kinds of attacks, of course. WAF acts as a shield between the web application and the internet to protect web applications from multiple web-based attacks. So how does WAF works? WAF inspects and filters HTTP requests and applies set of denied rules to allow which request will be processed and which one will be blocked. WAF knows to analyze both the GET and the POST requests that are made by the clients to retrieve and post data on the web application. There are two approaches that are commonly used by WAF to analyze and filter the incoming requests to the web application. One is whitelisting. Using this approach, the WAF inspects and filters requests and allows these requests that are trusted by the web application. Whitelisting lets the web application to know which kind of parameters and IP addresses needs to be trusted. Blacklisting, and this approach is used by the WAF to block the requests and IP addresses that are defined in the preset rules of the WAF. These rules define which data packets will be considered malicious by the web application. This approach is used in public websites and web applications since they receive traffic from unknown sources and are not known to be either malicious or trusted. Understanding the differences between the firewall and web application firewall. A network firewall acts as a barrier between internal network and the internet, whereas the web application protects the web application by filtering and securing the hypertext transfer protocols, the HTTP, HTTPS traffic. A web application firewall is located between the clients and the web application, monitor all HTTP, HTTPS communication, detects and prevents malicious traffic from entering into the web application, whereas a firewall protects the internal network of a company from unauthorized users and secures the communications between the internet and the company local network. Without traditional firewall, any computer in the local network is accessible to anyone from internet, which can expose it to a number of cyber attacks. Traditional firewall prevents unauthorized access to the internal network, and users are allowed only to access part of the network according to the network society policies. For example, external users will only be allowed to access web and DNS services of the network. Web application firewall targets web traffic. In example, it safeguards HTTP and HTTPS traffic in the internet facing of network. It sanitizes the malicious characters and payloads that are sent by the attackers through HTTP requests and block it before it reaches to the web application. The key potential difference between firewall and WAF can be seen at the network level of the OSI model. Web application firewall prevents cyber security attacks at application layer, in example layer 7 of the OSI model, while the traditional firewall works at a layer 3 and layer 4 of the OSI model, which protects the data and data transfer over the network. WAF also prevents cyber attacks against applications like JavaScript and Java, Ajax, PHP, SQL, and many others, while traditional network firewalls prevent attacks on DNS, FTP, SMTP, SSH, Telnet, etc. Traditional firewalls prevent unauthorized access by monitoring incoming and outgoing network traffic. It protects internal network systems and devices of organizations from network-based attacks. Examples of such attacks are unauthorized access through credential theft, intercepting network traffic through main in the middle, DNS spoofing, denial of service, and lateral movement of attackers through privilege escalation. WAF also protects an organization web application from web-based attacks. Without WAF, hackers can target the web application vulnerabilities and can gain access to the sensitive data of an organization located on the web application. WAF provides security against denial of service attacks, which are used by the attackers to disrupt the network and application resources. WAF also protects the web application from SQL injection attacks, in which attackers inject malicious SQL statements to read, modify, and even delete data stored on the backend database of the application. Other sophisticated web attacks are also prevented by WAF and can be listed in the OWASP top 10. Firewalls run packet filtering, stateless and stateful algorithms to inspect data packets, whereas WAF runs signature-based algorithms, heuristically algorithms, and anomaly detection algorithms to filter HTTP traffic. The differences between firewall and antivirus. A firewall is a software and hardware based, while antivirus is software based only. A firewall ensures network security by blocking malicious and unauthorized traffic, while antivirus ensures internal security by blocking and deleting malware from systems. The term normally used for firewall is packet filtering because it filters out the incoming and outgoing traffic, while antivirus is also known as anti-malware, and is designed to protect internal systems from malware and corrects any weaknesses. The primary function of firewall is to monitor and filter network traffic and to deny any unauthorized users, while the antivirus primary function is to scan, detect, block, and delete any existing threat in the computer system. As firewall is more comprehensive and protects the entire internal network from cyber threats related to the malicious and unauthorized traffic, whereas antivirus is limited to system level only. A firewall operates at network level to protect the network from any unwanted cyber attack, while antivirus scans for harmful programs such as malwares, worms, viruses, and trojans that are already present in the system. The major limitation, if I must say, of the firewall is that it's unable to scan and block internal attacks and also attacks that are out of range of network, whereas the antivirus limitation is that it cannot check for read-only files. The firewall was commercially available in 1992, whereas the first antivirus program was available in 1987. Firewall authorize and authenticate users before they want to access the internal network, whereas antivirus is not designed to authorize and authenticate the users that they try to access the network or system resources. Firewall is more complex and costly to implement than antivirus because large organizations require additional layers of security to protect their assets. A firewall is designed to protect both the hardware and software in the enterprise network and system by preventing unauthorized suspicious users, while antivirus is designed to protect the software and system by detecting, blocking, and deleting the malware and viruses. Sometimes it is possible to bypass firewall because firewall provides outer layer security to the internal network. For example, when a user injects infected flash drive to the system. In such scenario, antivirus is the best solution to scan and block the infected files from entering into the system. So to summarize the differences between WAF, firewall, and antivirus, let's look at the following table. So the philosophy of WAF, it's a network security firewall solution that protects web application from HTTP, HTTPS web app-based security vulnerabilities. On the other hand, a network firewall controls access to secured LAN network to protect it from unauthorized access. The firewall acts as a filter which blocks incoming non-legitimate traffic from entering the LAN network and cause attacks. Antivirus is a computer program or software designed to protect computers from malwares, trojans, worms, viruses, and infected files. The layer that these solutions are operating, the WAF is definitely operating on the application level, which is layer 7. The firewall is more focused on inbound and outbound traffic, layer 3, layer 4, and antivirus protects applications from being exploited. In terms of placement of these solutions, the WAF sits close to the web internet-facing application. It can be hardware, it can be software, it can be microservice as a container, for example, Kubernetes WAF, and it can be cloud. The firewall sits on the perimeter of the network, at the edge, and can be hardware, can be software, or cloud. And similarly, antivirus sits on hardware, software, or cloud. Definitely it can be on desktop, emails, etc. And border internet, of course. In terms of operational mode, the WAF is as active inspection and passive mode, which means it can be only monitoring and alert about anomalies and attacks. It can be inline and can be out of path as well. The firewall, transparent and routed modes. Algorithms. So the WAF is based on signature-based. It can have an anomaly detection, behavioral-based, which is more sophisticated. This is the next generation WAF that is able to be adaptive to the changes of the application, can learn the application characteristics, user's behavior, and based on that, react in real time, and heuristics. The firewall, based on packet filtering, can be stateful and stateless inspection, can be a proxy, and antivirus can be a signature-based or heuristic as well. In terms of related attacks, the WAF can protect from very high coverage of application-level attacks, from OWASP top 10 to DDoS attacks, SSL attacks, bot attacks, although it's limited in that and require a bot module. Firewall protects from vulnerabilities like less secure zones and unauthorized access, FTP, SMTP, SSH, Telnet, DNS, etc. Of course, there are next-generation firewalls that can do a bit more or much more, depends on the solution. But overall, in general, this is the main protection the firewall can provide. And antivirus, of course, protects from malwares, viruses, worms, trojans. Last but not least, web application protection, so WAF, all-encompassing, including coverage of application layer. Firewall is very minimal in that sense, but it protects inbound and outbound traffic. And antivirus, again, minimal, and the focus is to protect malware and infected files. Conclusion. Firewalls and web application firewalls are two similar terms, but they are significantly different from each other due to their designated roles and functions. Similar to firewall and WAF, an antivirus also plays a significant role in the cybersecurity of an organization. In short, there is clear distinction among firewall, WAF, and antivirus. An antivirus program removes infected and corrupt files from a system, whereas firewall blocks malicious and unauthorized traffic to enter into the network. A WAF is designed to protect web application from malicious HTTP/HTTPS requests sent by the attackers to target the web application vulnerabilities. Knowing the major differences among firewall, WAF, and antivirus is important for organization in order to know which solution is best to protect internal network, web application, and systems of an organization, because each line of defense provided by these solutions can protect an organization from creeping cyber attack. Thank you very much for watching. Hope it was insightful for you. If you are still not subscribed to this channel, please do so. It will take only a few seconds. Click the like button and see you in the next video.